Well, that was great.
I feel like I can
See your breath. On the podcast. Yeah.
On the Free Start at Night with Sean Harvey.
And we're back, and Drew will be happy that I have not banged on the table, but that doesn't mean that I'm not excited about this week's episode of the Free Star Podcast. Good to have you on board, guys, and I'm joined today. Look at her, they're smiling at me.
I was smiling now. I was like,
Farah, welcome
Hello.
to officially the podcast, even though we did the Shop Idol Awards on
we
here.
did, but I've never been sitting here, so I'm excited.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. And everybody knows the snake, David Snakebite, right? How we doing, guys?
Yeah,
All good?
very well.
Yeah.
Very
Excited
Wicked.
to have you on board.
Yes.
Is it a little bit cold in here?
Mate, I'm not gonna lie, it's
It
chilly.
is, isn't it?
It's
I maybe
chapping.
feel a little bit more because I just shaved my hair off. I'm not saying, but it's just cold.
Yeah, I
Head to
have the short haircut, and when Farah takes her wig off at night as well, I should imagine it gets really cold.
What about your
and,
toupee?
all
What's that like when you take it off at night? Does it get a bit colder?
All right, but it is cold. The cold nights through. We're in the middle of November, aren't we?
Man.
Well, that was great.
I feel like I can
See your breath. On the podcast. Yeah.
On the Free Start at Night with Sean Harvey.
I'm enjoying my cold nights. So I enjoy the summer, and definitely
Yeah.
summer is the best. I like autumn when it gets, it's fresh.
Yeah.
But it's all the chaos is outside. What
Yeah.
I really like is cranking the heating up.
Yeah. But
And
you
I
got
used-
to be indoors to enjoy the cold.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be indoors with the heat
Man.
on, and you got to see other people suffering outside.
Do you know what my favourite is? Where
Suffering
I'm at my missus's, right?
She
And
said
it's
that.
my missus's house
Quality.
is kind of close to the actual footpath, yeah. And it's one of those where people walk past and they can't help themselves but look in you. And normally people are like, you're looking, they're looking into your house, but I'm a bit more.
So you were warm?
Yeah, so I'm like, right.
Looking out the window, peasants.
Walking around.
Work from home. Right?
Freezing outside.
What, are you walking around with that fleecy throw that's on the snow for the snuggle?
I'm a fro man. I'm
yeah.
a man. When did it go all bougie and change from? In my day, it's called a blanket. That was it. We were called froze and snugs and things like that. It was just a blanket, man. But
We grow though, don't we?
Yeah, we do. This
like
we
that.
do. I do like getting all cozy at night. Once everything's done
Yep.
for the day.
Yep.
Yeah, and you get the snacks out a little bit and
Yeah.
putting on a bit of TV. You guys watching any programs? Is that what you do during the winter? You
Oh,
watch like me?
Netflix and chill, literally.
Netflix.
And actually chilling, no, might I add. Literally. I'm actually... Listen, I've been married for a while now, so I'm actually chilling at this point. But...
So what are we watching, Farah?
Cam.
No.
Yeah, what are you watching?
what am I watching at the moment? Well, I'm watching You. I'm on like the last.
on that.
I'm on the last episode.
This
of
is
You.
a spoiler-free zone.
Yeah.
man. We'll
I'm not gonna spoil if anyone she dies.
Nah,
Don't do it.
nah.
Don't do it. Oh, it's a fail.
Somebody at the table, man.
Nah.
No, I'm winding you up. You don't know now.
No.
You don't know now. I'm winding you up. See,
Um,
watch the last episode to see.
Have you watched You?
I've not, but I'm watching Squid Games this week because everyone in my friend
Oh,
circle
mate.
is.
Seriously,
I've
you're
not
watching
watched
it?
Squid Games, not
Okay,
one
wait.
second of
Let's
Squid
rewind,
Games.
because I used to have this reputation for not having watched anything, right? But now I've watched a lot more, many more shows. So, first of all, You. Is the only problem with You I find is like you can watch the first episode and then you could probably write down what's going to happen anyway. Like a lot of people are going to
Yep.
die. He's going to get away with it.
Yeah.
And run away.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then.
Well,
you
I don't want to give you any.
But you kind of end up liking the guy a little bit. Is it bad to like the
There's a
mass
weird,
murderer?
there's actually a word for that. I can't remember. There's a syndrome for that when you get attached to your.
Oh no, that's called.
No, you're talking about Stockholm
Wait,
Syndrome.
Stockholm
Syndrome.
syndrome. Yeah, you can
That's
actually
your
get
capture,
attached.
though.
Yeah,
That's
someone
when
who
you're-
captures you.
yeah.
So I feel like it's like borderline on that syndrome, where like there's something about him. Like you almost kind of feel, especially in this season when you get towards the end, you start to feel a bit like. And he just doesn't want to kill anymore. He's like, He's like, I just want to live my best life, like, and
That's
he
how I
can't.
like my murderers to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, reformed.
So hold on.
Rehabilitated
So-
to society.
this
Yeah.
show-
Alone now.
This show is going to get interesting because now we're talking about a killer that's just living out in the suburbs, picket fence, lovely
Yeah.
house and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
but he spies their next door neighbour and all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah.
I'll take
So
you.
Yeah.
listen, season 2's been out for 2 years now, so
I think,
spoiler free, right?
Yeah,
But,
of course.
They did season 2, good storyline arc, yeah, great. Got to the end, and it was all done and dusted, completed. And then it was the very last scene.
Yeah.
He's in the back garden, and he goes, "Well, yeah, you know, he's got that voice on it.
You.
Everything's
You.
great." And
Until
then
I
you
saw
see him
you.
until I saw you. And then
You're like, no,
that's how they built
why,
it up.
man? Yeah.
But deaths everywhere. But Snakebite, if you're not liking the idea of you because of a few murders, Squid Games is probably the wrong thing. Have you seen Squid Games, Farah?
I've seen it all,
So I'm a big Silence of the Lamb, Hannibal Lecter, love all that stuff. Complicated
I do as
psycho
well.
killing,
I
love
do
all
that
that
as well.
stuff.
This is
Sounds
she's
bit
got a
weird,
degree in
but-
forensics, remember?
Okay.
I absolutely love like anything murder related. More real life murders. No. I don't actually love real, but like I like watching the real life.
That's cool. I was about to get out of the violin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got really dark in here and cold.
It's got even colder.
And he's got a soundboard for that. Okay.
The worst thing for me that I always think is I watch a show and I'm like, that's great, and I think like, oh, the director did really good, the writer, and then I think about the writers, and thankfully that they decide to write this stuff down rather than just think,
Let me go and do
I
it.
go, I know how to get rid of
I
2
agree.
or 3
I
people.
agree with that.
But is it, for me, is it going to be great to binge like on the journeys? That's one of my biggest things, because when I get into a series and I like it, like I think Squid Games is going to be the one, I will sit there and just ruthlessly watch 4 hours of it.
Yeah, I'm like
After
that.
work, obviously.
I find after work for sure, not within working hours. But I find, like, for example, especially when I'm watching stuff, does anyone like fall asleep? I'm really bad.
That's my favourite dreams, man.
Like I will literally be like multitask. I'll be on my phone as well. Like, I'm really bad for this, by the way. Like I'll be on my phone. I won't even be on the TV. I'll be watching my phone. I'll have picture in picture. I'll be doing something, and then literally I wake up and it's like season 6,
you're
episode
better than me.
24, and I'm like,
I
I was on season 1.
Oh yeah. I watch exactly. I watch most of
Your
my
hand
stuff
starts
on my
tipping.
phone.
Starts tipping.
I'm watching it on my phone like that, and because my body's too lazy to dream for itself, so I need to hear what they're on about. Do you know what I mean? I'm using their voice, and then I'm just dreaming, and then I wake up with the phone like that. That's the best.
Yeah,
consuming your content these days.
Yes.
I watch I genuinely watch most of it
I do.
on my phone, and I don't mind at all.
I don't.
mind.
I've got a TV at the end of my bed, and I swear to God,
Yeah,
I'll be on my
watch-
phone watching content. I snuggle. I literally get a little snuggle over. I'm like a little Eskimo sideways in my.
But
this
me,
little phone tip sideways.
don't turn.
Yeah, literally.
But I mean, for me, I'm at home. I'm watching it on my phone. Then I'll move to my tablet. I'm a strange creature. Phone. Then I'm like, okay, cool. The cooking's done. I'll move to the tablet, and then I'm sitting at the table. I'm like, this needs to be on a bigger screen. And then I wait. I'm like, people need to go to bed now. And then bang, it's straight on the TV. Straight TV.
So
cast.
wait, first thing I need to ask is, even when you're cooking, you're watching the TV shows?
Yeah, I'll have to.
That's good.
That's the only way I can do it. I don't burn anything, which is good.
And
I like
you go from phone to tablet to TV. What?
Yeah.
He's just-
so my
he's just-
phone,
yeah, he doesn't-
my phone, as soon as I get in, I thought if I can start just kicking it off, get the vibe, maybe jump back an episode, check what's happening.
Yeah, whatever.
What I
Everyone's got
will
a
say
bit.
though is, far as one for me is, I genuinely, I'll turn Netflix on and I'm watching, say, let's say I'm watching You, and it'll say, continue season 3, episode 7, and I'm like, dude, I fell
They died?
asleep on
I'm
season
like-
1.
I'm like, this person died. Who's this character?
There's a whole episode. No, it's a series that just went by.
I've got to ask though, guys, and it's becoming a bit of a feature now. Drew's question of the week. When Snakebite was just mentioning falling asleep and tilting, do you remember that feature that we had where it tilted with your head?
Yeah, if your eyes came off the screen.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
No, that was Smart Pause. Do you remember? Do you know what Smart Pause was?
No, I don't remember Smart Pause.
S4, the S4.
Oh wow,
Smart
we're going
Pause.
back.
Yeah, but
I see why you guys remember.
the S4.
Wow, stones thrown today.
I'm just
Listen,
feeling
man.
cold. I'm feeling cold.
Listen, man, you're a guest on the podcast. Have
Sorry,
some
I'm showing you up in it.
respect for the
Sorry,
podcast.
guys. This is Sean's TV show.
This ain't my TV show. This ain't my TV
It's
show. But have
Sean's.
some respect for the podcast. Snakebite, do you want to hear about Smart Pause?
I do, sir.
Everyone in the comment section, throwback S4, do you remember Smart Pause? Great feature, there was a few things on there. So first of all, Smart Pause, you would be watching content, and if you moved your head, it would pause.
I like
If
that.
your
I don't
eyes
remember
moved
that.
away from the screen.
I
So if you
like
fell
that.
asleep, it would have paused.
I
The
like
S4 was mad for
I
features.
feel like with that though, like if you were just to talk to someone and it stopped, but you just kind of wanted it, could it kind of be like
You can turn it off.
Okay,
Yeah, you can turn it
okay,
off.
okay.
I'd have it on. Because imagine, you're at home, people pause their program to talk to you. Or if you walk in the room, you're making too much.
That's
they
actually
pause.
very true.
So if you're holding it and you're watching it, you'd be like,
Legit, legit,
coffee's
that's how
over
it was.
there.
Does it
And then back
restart
again.
when you come back to it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I promise you, the S4 was fantastic features, and it also had iScroll. iScroll? What was the correct?
was iScroll.
You'd literally websites. You'd go through. You'd
Oh,
actually
I remember
scroll
that.
through,
I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone
I
that
remember that.
actually
Yeah,
did
yeah,
So
I
the,
remember
the,
that.
the S3 came out. The S3 was a big game changer, but then when Samsung must have just gone, hey, they ain't seen anything yet, and the S4 was madness. But the feature I'm on about, Drew, was as you tilted your head to and they mentioned it for if you were going to sleep, the screen would tilt or something like that, or the actual page would tilt to colour it.
I don't remember.
I may have made that up. I'm worried. No,
It could be a new feature.
It's in
Could
there.
be something new,
If
yeah,
not,
hasn't come
let's
out
bring
yet.
it out.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, legit content on my phone. I don't have a problem with it at all. But you were talking, or one of you was mentioning you do a lot of watching on your laptop as well. Who was it?
yeah, so I do that. Yeah, so I do a lot of watching on my laptop. And there's now a new feature on Windows 11 which allows you basically you can pair up, like app pair.
Yeah. Oh, our
Pair
app
up.
pair,
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is new
yeah,
on Windows
yeah.
11. I think they've revamped it, haven't they, from the Windows 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
So look, on there, you can have 3 screens there, resized, done for you.
Yes.
Which for me is that's a
Game changer.
Yeah.
Multitasking at its finest, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
what we do
Yeah.
because you can't, and this is my problem, and because I like my mindfulness and live in the moment and all of that. But literally, I find myself a TV, music, and I'm still not satisfied. I need more stimulation, man. Do you know what I mean? I want my phone. I need my phone
Yeah.
to be doing. So
Yeah.
we can take on a lot of information, can't we?
I agree. I agree.
Well, we pick up all this information so many different ways, but like me, I'm watching TV on my laptop, but I move from my phone to my, to my tablet
Yeah.
or my laptop, or I cast it onto the TV like you do.
Yep.
Picture in picture and stuff.
Yeah, man.
You make it all happen, and we consume so much more in such cool ways now.
Yeah, I agree. And sometimes it's nice to have background noise. Has anyone ever put on Netflix just for the background noise?
Yes.
Because I watch Friends 24/7, but I'll be like curling my hair in the mirror, and and I know what scene is going on because
Yeah.
I've watched it so many times.
That's me with
So
Rick
I'm
and
just
Morty,
like
man.
audio.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just-
I think the other day I was driving and my Friends was already connected to my car, and it started playing the audio from Friends, and I was listening to it for an hour on my drive.
Like
and
a
I
podcast,
could,
you know?
yeah, it was, but I was actually listening to it, and I was laughing along with it because I was like picturing like what the scenes were.
Well, have you ever gone
It's
into
strange,
the
isn't it?
settings on? I think it is on Netflix, or one of them have got shows but audio described movies as well.
Really?
Yeah. I know Sky have done it for years, where they actually just. But it's a bit strange, obviously for the visually
If you're
impaired,
visually
which
impaired,
is
yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
Love it.
But it's
You
so
know, keep it-
different. It's
but it's so
something
different for
different,
us.
yeah.
Like you're watching it, and then it'll be like, Joey reached for the mug, but the mug he picked up was the wrong one, and stuff like
But
that.
you
And
know
it
what? It's
kind of like-
actually crazy, right? Because obviously, when we're watching stuff, we're like, yeah, we watch things so visually, right? But it's actually true because people who read books, for example, I mean, I'm not personally a book reader, but for people who read books, like they start to imagine a scenario in their head, and they create these characters in their own mind, and it's always subjective to who's reading, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like the people who are visually impaired, I feel like they would probably have that, but just like times 1,000. Like when they're
Enhanced,
it's
like,
so
yeah,
enhanced. So like
yeah.
when they probably got their own idea of who Joey is and who Rachel is in their own
Oh,
mind
yeah,
and his
yeah,
own
yeah.
little characters.
Yeah.
So even when I was like listening in the car, I was sitting there and I was like building the scenes in my head. But can you imagine what
Yeah,
it's like for
yeah,
someone
yeah.
who's like
Yeah,
visually
yeah,
impaired
yeah,
and
yeah.
describing it? It's got to be so like.
That's an interesting
It's like,
thought,
it's yeah.
That is a very interesting
Right?
take.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
because
similar to that.
their creative thought.
Yeah.
They're building that image,
Yeah,
that
in-
scene
yeah.
in their mind. Maybe more than what normal directors or what we would be
Yeah,
doing.
this is it. This is it.
There's a lot, I think, a good point. I know not only do we enjoy consuming content, but just to wrap it up, like the accessibility options, because there are a few. And if you're interested in those, I know that Backstage Live did a show completely on it, it was roughly beginning of November.
Yeah.
So be sure to check that out if you want to find out more that we do on our Samsung products. But
Yeah.
that's an interesting one. I hadn't really thought of it that way. I thought it was worth having you on just for that.
It
didn't
was, wasn't it? That was amazing. Good podcast. Well done, guys.
Snakeboy, enjoy Squid Games. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, mate,
If you don't like murder and stuff on you should be fine with Squid Games.
Yeah, Squid Games is it takes it there. Yeah, it takes it there.
I'll make sure I'm not watching it near Farah.
Yeah, make sure. Might get a real life in scene there.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
No worries.
Guys, let us know what you're consuming at the moment. What are you watching on these cold but cozy nights? Any shows that I need to get involved in and know about? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this show,
Always.
and share this episode. It's featuring these two, Snakebite and Farah. Thanks for joining us, guys, and until
Thank
next
you so
time.
much.
Cheers.
Namaste.
Perfect.